Ευρωπαϊκή Ένωση σκληραίνει τη στάση της και βάζει την ατζέντα του εξοπλισμού και της στρατιωτικής ενίσχυσης στο επίκεντρο. Η Κάγια Κάλας, σε μία δήλωση με επιθετική ρητορική, αποκάλυψε το σχέδιο Rearm Europe 2030 με στόχο την αναβάθμιση των ευρωπαϊκών ενόπλων δυνάμεων, την ενίσχυση της πολεμικής βιομηχανίας και τη μαζική αποστολή όπλων στην Ουκρανία.
This morning we adopted several files related to the white paper on the future of European defence and Rearm Europe plan, Readiness 2030, including two pieces of legislation to strengthen the European defence industry while proposing the necessary flexibilities in expenditures. We will delve into details on these proposals shortly, and I will be happy to answer your questions together with Commissioner Kubilius. In addition, the College also adopted a comprehensive plan for savings and investments union. Commissioner Albuquerque will provide a detailed presentation on this plan immediately after this press conference. And later today, Executive Vice President Sejourné will host a third press conference here in the press room to outline the steel and metals plan, which was also adopted this morning. So we can now turn to the white paper on the future of European defence and Rearm Europe plan, so Readiness 2030. When it comes to defence, then what we invest in defence actually shows how we value defence. And for the past decades, we haven't put a very high importance on it. The international order is undergoing changes of a magnitude not seen since 1945. This is a pivotal moment for European security. It is a pivotal moment for action. Yes, that the needs of additional funding are massive. The proposals we have adopted today are also essential. But for all the important discussions needed on increasing defence spending, the value we add by working together is priceless. It gives us competitive advantage that is unrivaled anywhere in the world. Together we are always stronger. The white paper on defence, Readiness 2030, is our proposal for how we can work together. And the Rearm package brings the financing possibilities to do it. So 3 points. First, making European countries stronger against any military threat. We have identified the capability gaps that member states have, and in line with the NATO capability priorities, we put forward ideas how to work together in order to fulfill them. This means replenishing European stocks of ammunition, weapons, military equipment, also to keep them flowing to Ukraine. And developing also large-scale pan-European projects. The EU has important added value. We can support member states to aggregate demand and harmonise requirements. We can support European industry, ramp up production capacity, and we can also support member states where they cannot do it alone, because it is either too expensive or too complex. It's faster and cheaper if you work together, and interoperability, which is also a problem for us, that the capabilities don't really work together, can be built from the start. Ukraine should be part of this work too. We have a lot to learn from Ukraine's battlefield experience. We should also be in the position to develop defence systems for Ukraine, but also with Ukraine. Member states must remain in the driving seat when it comes to defence. This is a question of national sovereignty. And that is why we must connect our work here in Brussels with the end users. That it means our member states. We do this through the European Defence Agency, through the EU military staff here in Brussels, and by bringing the EU defence ministers together regularly. We also have once-in-a-generation opportunity to strengthen Europe's industry, boost innovation, and create a market for defence equipment. And Commissioner Kubilius will talk about this in more detail. Second, what we are talking about today is more than our security and defence. While some look to destabilize others, a stronger EU can keep working to support others. Because we have never seen the world as a zero-sum game. We know that wherever you are in the world, peace brings prosperity and stability. From the Middle East, including the stabilization of Syria, which we discussed Monday at the Syria's conference, to the wider African continent, from Sahel to Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we will keep working with others who share this view, from the UK, where I was yesterday, to Australia, Canada, and Japan. This is also why our partners should be part of our cooperative defence projects and initiatives too, where it makes sense for everybody's interest. And finally, Ukraine. In the White Paper, we take up the proposals from the Military Support Initiative, proposing the support to Ukraine, including more ammunition, at least 2 million rounds per year, as well as air defence and drones and the training and equipping of Ukrainian brigades. This also includes direct support to Ukraine's defence industry, as well as enhanced access to space services. The new SAFE instrument proposed by the Commission will support these ambitions. Russia's economy is in a full war mode. 40% of the federal budget on the military is more than Russia spends on education, healthcare, and social policies combined. Regardless of the ongoing negotiations for peace in Ukraine, this is a long-term investment in a long-term plan of aggression. Ukraine must be armed to avoid any future attacks, and we need a long-term plan to stand up to do this. To conclude, today we put forward a plan to tackle the immediate threats and the build-up European long-term defence. In doing so, we will help European countries meet their NATO capability targets. We do this not to fight the war, but to prepare for the worst, defend peace in Europe, and stand strong for a world where might cannot make right. Thank you.